Yeah, yeah.
If you know someone who's died with a debt,
You can make yourself a guarantor. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And also that ziyada of Hakim that we mentioned, and when we were telling the story, the addition that Hakim narrated, the Prophet ﷺ kept asking him, have you taken care of it yet? Have you taken care of it yet? That would indicate it was now a responsibility that he was requesting of him. No, alhamdulillah.
So would it be safe if you didn't, like say, you had a relative who passed away in debt, and you didn't have the money at the time, like obviously Abu Qatada might not have had the money.
Right, he didn't seem like he had it.
Still guarantee it, or should you just be like, you know what I'm saying?
It is taking something of a chance. However, this isn't something I can quote a hadith for, but what I've learned from my sheikhs is that if you take on a financial responsibility in something that's pleasing to Allah with tawakkul, that Allah will enable you and assist you to fulfill it. And that's like a tried and true principle of Islamic character. But and actually, but some scholars actually, no, I don't want to go beyond that. But that's yeah. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. Haji.
If I guarantee someone's debt who is dead, and I die before I pay it, do I die with my debt and that person's debt?
You would die owing that which you had taken on. Yeah.
Mine and the one from the
No. Actually, let me review that. Let me review it. And actually that would answer your question more clearly. If you die, and Allah knows best, the creditor could still go back to the estate or seek it from the deceased, though, he's not going to get it from him, but it could still be paid on behalf of the deceased. Whether you would be in debt to him, let me review it, inshaAllah ta'ala, if I can find it. And that would answer your question more clearly too. Yeah. And Allah knows best. Go ahead.
This is an obligatory, like if you're a direct descendant of somebody and they pass away with debt, to pay that debt?
It's obligatory to give it from their estate if it exists. And obviously it's, you got to take care of your relatives. But it's noble, but you're not obliged. The issue is when they leave things in their will and there's an estate and people don't pay it back.
So
that's forbidden.
So if they die and you're going to inherit $20,000 from them,
right?
But they owe $10,000, you will have to take $10,000 out of that $20,000.
That's zakat and a number of other rights. Those are taken out before the estate is even touched for division. Yeah. So if there's an estate and then that person's in debt, their debts have to be paid off before the estate is divided. And for that not to, that's extremely treacherous, and unfortunately it occurs, but it's treachery on the part of the heirs. Even if it wasn't written explicitly in their will, if they know of the debt, for instance, if the creditor could come and establish proof to them that your dad owed me this, then they have to pay it off. And it's not part of their inheritance, it's part of the estate that must be removed prior to the inheritance being divided up among the rightful heirs. Yep. And that's why we need to rear our children with Islamic tarbiyah. Like we told the story that our shuyukh told us of the guy who died thinking about cement and the contractor and then his, saying he got the news that there's no cement and the construction workers, you're paying their salary today and they're not doing any work, so he drove all fast to try to call the company, there's no cement, and he drove off to try to straighten it out and get cement, hurried up and sent over real quick, and got in an accident and died. And then they took him to the hospital and they said, La ilaha illallah, heard him say La ilaha illallah. And he said, cement, contractor, company. And that's all he was thinking about. He didn't say La ilaha illallah, he was thinking about, how he lived, that he's attached to the dunya, and he died. And then they said that his sons started fighting over the estate after his death. So if we leave kids like that are attached to the dunya, you don't know what they'll, do with the estate. But, yeah.
So technically, they should have paid the people who were working.
I don't know if that was a situation of him being in debt, but it's just a situation where, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have...
Like
If he owed something, yeah, definitely. Anything that he owed, they would have had to pay. Yep. That's good.
If someone died and they had debt, and then it wasn't dealt with, and their heirs all got divided and stuff, then someone found out later, like with people got say 20,000 and your dad owed 10,000, would he have to take it out of his, or would he just have to take like however much?
Allahu alam, they would have to each pay the portion that was as though it were taken out, and then they got the rightful portion. Whatever portion was beyond the rightful portion would have to be taken back from each of the heirs, and then the debt be covered from that. And Allah knows best. Allahu alam, that portion wouldn't belong to him, and the one who was good would have to give back that portion, and the others, that's between them. Wallahu alam, the likelihood is that would be between them and Allah. There you go. Nasallahu alayhi wa sallam.